Alrighty folks, welcome to the Penrith Valley Sports Centre, where today we have another exciting day of roller derby lined up as our last round of the regular rounds of 5x5 this season. My name is Titty, Skittles, and I'm here commentating with Moxie Monoxide. Welcome, Moxie. How you doing?
Hello. Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So, first off, today we have kicking off with Inner West Roller Derby and Sydney Roller Derby will be playing each other for the first game of 4 today. As the clock winds down for time to Derby, just a little bit to go. The teams have had their chats and they're all ready to go. You've got a couple of skaters making it onto the track.
Yeah, looks like we are ready to line up.
Excellent. So, we'll just go through some of the rosters here. I've got for skating for Inner West Roller Derby, I will have to save that because the refs have blown the whistle and called for 30 seconds. So we will be on in 30 seconds.
And we've got Raptor lining up for Sydney on the jam line against Crash and Burn for Inner West.
Standing as the skaters just there, adjust their position, make sure they're in a spot that they want to be.
And we're on.
Raptor there, stuck looking for a space, but Crash has found some space down the outside. They're spinning around, one to beat. Are they going to get through? But Raptor has made it through instead, so they will claim the lead jam here.
Raptor is lead, but Crash and Burn is right on their tail.
Both of them getting right into it. Couple of points apiece there.
Looks like 3 points all.
3 points apiece.
All right, now we have Killer Knockingbird lining up for Inner West against Atis Terma for Sydney.
Righty, both there, getting into it here.
And Sydney losing one blocker to the penalty box. Both jammers pushing through, and Atis Terma has earned themselves lead.
Lead jam to Sydney. But Killer Knockingbird right on their tails, so let's see if she'll kind of claim a couple and call the jam, and that's exactly what they do there. No points though, wasn't able to get around that pair of hips. So none apiece, 3 all.
0-0.
Alrighty, let's go through a couple of the skaters we've got here. For Inner West, I've got 0-1-0 Crash, 0-4 Killer Knockingbird, 1-1 Molotov, and 1-3 Jiggly Buff. 5 seconds is called as Scooby Stack and Warragamba Damsel line up to jam for their respective teams.
That Inner West wall has come right back on top of Scooby.
That's it, Warragamba's come around. They've got leads, so looking to get some points on here while Scooby Stack is still trying to get on their initial pass. Looking for that space on the outside, quick fake down the inside. Where are they going to go? I'm not quite sure yet, but Warragamba Damsel, in the meantime, has found a lane on that inside of the apex, so they will come around for another scoring pass. And Scooby's has also come around to start their scoring pass now as well. The blocker goes down on the field. They get knocked down, and they look like they're doing all right. That's another 3 points on the board for Inner West. 7 points on the jam all up.
So 3 points for Sydney on that last jam. They were able to call it off quickly before Inner West could come around and score any points. That's what we call hit it and quit it.
Hit and quit. It's very traditional derby. We'll see a lot of that today.
And we've got Trip Tease for Inner West. And we've got Chili for Sydney.
Great work there by Trip Tease.
Makes it out the front of the pack.
And getting through.
It looks like the track might be a little bit slippery today. Are you noticing that, Skittles?
Honestly, my head is still swimming from the technical setup of this morning.
That is fair, yeah. Just noticing the jammers are not coming around those corners with as much speed as they might normally.
Not as much confidence in the grip yet.
It does take a little while to get used to a new track, a new surface.
I found that when I was skating, I was really, really picky about getting the precise hardness of my wheels. I always found it was like such a delicate, like between having just enough grip and confidence, but also having just enough slide so I could also get my stops in as well.
Yeah, it's a really fine balance, and some people definitely prefer more slide. I prefer grip myself.
I could see myself being the person that brings 6 sets of skates to a game. Sorry, 6 sets of wheels. Just to have the right number.
I mean, if you've got 6 sets of skates, sure.
I mean, alrighty, meanwhile, Raptors come around and lead jam. Get some points back here as Inner West has got an 11-point lead.
Crash and Burn about half a lap behind. Both jammers on their scoring passes. Crash and Burn knocked out to the inside there by Minky.
With a number of skaters down there, but Raptors able to get through the full 4 points. Crash is also coming through now to get some points for Inner West, so Sydney really wanting to put on the points here. That's now 12 for them on this jam, 4 for Inner West. Sydney really having to run this jam and try and they think they've got the ability to bring this lead back.
Sometimes it comes down to fitness, and I think it's a pretty safe bet to say that 18-year-old Raptor is going to have a lot more energy than quite a few people on the track.
It's just don't hate the game. Wait, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Something like that.
Is that the one? Yeah.
Derby fans might notice that we had quite a big break in between our rounds of 5x5. That was because we had not 1 but 2 World Cups to fit in. The Adult World Cup happened in Austria, and we had our Junior World Cup right here in Brisbane last month.
Yeah. Did I see another skating thing happening somewhere else in the world as well, or am I?
There is also a Men's World Cup.
Okay.
That is coming up.
Just a bit of derby on.
Just a bit. We've come back with a bang after COVID.
Alrighty, 5-second calls made, and they're through now. Here we go. We've got Killer Mockingbird and
Atisterma. Killer Mockingbird makes it up the outside line.
Both they're coming around for their scoring pass here. Oh, beautiful work down the outside on the toe stops there.
Really good track awareness. They knew exactly where the other jammer was and when they needed to call it off to make sure that they didn't score.
Really smart also to open their position up so that they were facing the inside of the track there. It is certainly easier to get your toe stop work, but also had the presence of mind to look up and watch for where the jammer was coming on. So it wasn't just looking out for the call of the bench crew, but also just their own personal vision.
Which is really difficult to do because there's so much happening on track.
A lot to keep track of to pull that off, but that's it. Got a lovely shot here of our ref ball bearing there, watching carefully as one of the outside pack refs. We've got to get back to all of these, the skaters and their names. We will get to that, but the action is just non-stop here, folks.
It was Chile, lead jammer there for Sydney. Earning themselves 3 points on that pass.
I think they're quite happy with that one. Okay. Where was I? I got a couple more. I'll go through. We've got 142 Warragamba Damsel, 145 Sash Rash, and 32 Killer Cat for Inner West. Couple more to go as the whistle is blown and Scooby Stacks is off, jamming for Sydney, as well as Triptease jamming for Inner West. Both of them still trying to get through that main set of blockers. With a quick change of direction, Triptease is able to get through there. Some help from the Inner West blockers, opening up that gap, and they found their way through that lane. Triptease is not, Scooby Stacks is not too far behind, so it's going to be some hit and quit there. Sneaky couple of points, just one on that jam. But 1-0 is still one in your favour, so they won't be disappointed by that. But certainly I thought they might have been up for 2. Alrighty, who else have we got? We got 333 Wheel of Brie, 404 Banshee, 48 Split Second Sparrow, and 505 a Little Pucker. Killer Knockingbird here jamming for Inner West, and Raptor jamming for Sydney. Both of them looking for an outside spot. Quick change of direction as they came back on track for Raptor there. Nicely done. That will be lead jam for them. Both coming around here. Raptor right into the back there of the 4 Inner West blockers.
And again, it looks like Sydney are going to run this jam.
And this is 4 apiece here, so Raptor also gets through, gets the 4, and they call the jam. So no progress on that one. Inner West still up by 9. Back to Inner West team list. Where was I up to? I think I got 505 Little Pucker, 65 Triptease, 8 Madness, 9-6 Rathena, and 9-7 Lou Roll. Followed up with the bench crew. 5 seconds to go, so I'll jump back to that in a second. Crash jamming here for Inner West, and Chili jamming for Sydney.
Chili. Both jammers caught up at the back there. Oh, and Crash and Burn manages to push through for lead jammer.
Very nice. Chili's looking for, takes a little hip flick there around the outside.
Oh, got knocked out on that inside line, but the blocker went down as well, so they were able to re-enter.
Crash is taking their namesake very seriously there, crashing right through, all the power. Hard fought for 4 points there. Okay, so the bench crew for Inner West, Velvet Whiplash, Ziggy Wheeldust, Lou Riot, and Winnersaw. We'll jump over to the Sydney Roller Derby league team. We have 128 Curl Power, 1312 Commando Roll, 16 Raptor, 212 Chili, 28 Sharky, and it's 5 seconds to go. So we'll jump back here to the action. We've got Adisturma and Warragamble Danzel jamming for their teams.
Oh, some great offense there by Minky, but Adisturma not able to take advantage of that.
Heartbreak.
Oh, there we go.
That one will
Beautiful.
do the job. Mickey comes through, makes a good hit on the blockers there, and opens out that outside lane. As Sydney reclaims, another jammer returns to the track after a penalty, so that will also help them there for the next one round. Meanwhile, Inner West takes advantage of the team differential to get another 4 points on the board.
And for Sydney, we also have 300 Wonder Mop, 325 Get Bucky, 37 T Swizzle, 420 Scooby Stacks. And it looks like we're in a timeout, so I'll keep going. 51 Surround Pound, 630 Sappho Kate, 65 Biffy Miffy, 88 is Minky, and 928 is Atis Terma. And Sydney on their bench have Nasty Surprise and Down Under Thunder.
And so we have the first time out of the game called by Sydney Roller Derby League here. That point differential just getting out a little bit. I have to do quick maths here. 17 points the difference.
When you get a lead change like that, it can be useful just to take a couple of minutes to breathe and
strategic timeout. Hey?
Remember what you're supposed to be doing.
Remember your training.
Yeah. All that work we do. It's not for nothing.
Yeah.
We don't have an officials list. We don't have a list of officials. No.
I'll chase it up in halftime.
And shout out to all of our officials. We can't do this without you. And you look beautiful in your stripes.
And those of you who aren't in stripes, you also look great.
Yes, you're also awesome.
Non-skating.
Non-skating
Team Zebra
officials.
and team non-skating official also.
You're all very sexy. And we've got 420 Scooby Stacks lining up against Atis Terma from Sydney Roller Derby League. Oh no, Triptease, sorry, from Inner West. Getting my teams mixed up.
Oh, Scooby Stacks almost was able to hold their balance there on the outside, but wasn't able to make it work. Meanwhile, Triptease is through. Lead gem for Inner West, the roller derby. Scooby Stacks now gets a line on the outside and is able to make it work through to start their scoring pass. But meanwhile, Triptease got a bunch of time to get a hit in and some points on the board. 4 points, and they call the jam. So that will be the end of that one. 4-0 on the jam. Hit and quit. And with that, the teams go back to the bench, recycle. Next round up, who's getting the star for Sydney? It's Raptor.
It's Raptor. Hi,
Hello,
Raptor.
How you doing? Raptor's giving us a little wave as they go past.
Raptor was one of our Junior World Cup skaters, skated for Team Australia on the female team, and they came away with bronze.
Well done to our Australian rep skaters. Meanwhile, Killer Bird, huge bump and a bounce and a spin around, and that is beautiful work there. Just found the spot, and the Sydney team there just not quite organised in their blocking pack. So
It looks like Raptor is in the bin.
Minky's calling the troops together there, but Killer Bird is wise to it, still able to get through. So another 4 points. Meanwhile, we have a power jam with the Sydney Jam in the bin. So they'll be out for about 30 seconds all up. 20 seconds of that is sitting and another 10 of that will be standing. Giving Inner West all the power and control. Their blockers don't have to play defense to defend against Raptor. They can just slow the game down, stretch the pack out as you see now, and make it easy for Killer Bird to get through.
Although Killer Bird seems to be doing just fine on their own.
They're doing absolutely fine on their own, aren't they?
Some gorgeous toe-stop work up that line.
And Raptors back on now, so be a mad rush for them to get around. Oh, a couple of spins and they're down. There is a penalty on Madness there, so Raptor, a little bonus for their troubles.
So Killer Bird is looking back to their bench, looking for instruction.
They've absolutely piled on the points here. 16-point jam is enormous. Well done. Nice work. It's another lap. That'll be, I think with that last one, they're going to call the jam. 20 points to Inner West. That is huge.
It's very tidy.
We don't usually see jams that big, but when we do enjoy it.
It's exciting.
Yeah. Really, Sydney, Inner West, they're really taking advantage of the power jam. Sometimes you can get a lot of value out of a power jam, and sometimes it just doesn't work.
It can depend a lot on your jammer and what help they need. It's nice not to have to play defense on a power jam, but you should always be available for offense as well.
The mad stomps on the ground are heard throughout the venue. Sydney give another power jam away to Inner West here. This time Chili's the offender, and it's up to Crash to see what they can do. Crash is calling to their team, hey, can you give me some help here? I need some help to get through. And they do. That is the first 4 points of this jam. Let's see if Inner West decides to run this again.
Crash again asking for some offense.
But this time we've got the different strat here. We've got the pack putting some speed on. So Crash seeming to be much more comfortable with a pack with some momentum as Chile returns to the track as well now. So they've just got through, going to start their scoring pass here. And with that, Crash gets through the last 4 points and calls the jam. 75. Wait, no, I think there's a couple more there. Yep, 75 to Inner West and 26 to Sydney. And all of a sudden, that 11-point, 18-point point difference is blown out to 49.
It's really blown out. The difference that two good power jams can make.
Two good power jams, and all of a sudden the game can just get away from you that much quicker.
Looks like Atis Terma is playing a little bit of jammer defense here, funneling the Inner West jammer into their wall. Both jammers still pushing.
Both of them in that place of pain. But I think Atis Terma's got a gap. They've got one to beat. Very nice, they're through. That'll be lead jam for Sydney. They really needed that.
Warragamba Damsel not too far behind though.
That's probably not what they needed. But hey, so that's one set of hips they're past, I think.
Yep.
That should be 1 point. No, 2.
2 points.
Sydney Roller Derby takes 2 points on that jam. Very happily so, I think.
It can also be a strategy just to claw it back 1-2 points at a time. Close that gap up again. And we have Trip Tees and Scooby Stacks again. Scooby meeting that solid wall at the back there.
Yeah, it's going to be quite hard to power their way through. They're looking for a direction change. As the blockers there open up with Trip Tees getting through on lead jam.
Scooby almost got through, but then got caught up on one of her own blockers that had fallen. And a nice quick call off there.
Really tight work here by the Inner West team here. Really, it's all coming together for them.
So they're going to be trying to hold on to that lead as much as they possibly can.
Raptor and Killer Mockingbird will be jamming for this one. 5 seconds. Both teams electing to set their blockers right up there on that pivot line there, right close to where the jammers start from. Certainly looking to crowd the jammers out and give them less options about where to go. Is usually why teams will try to do that.
Whoa.
That's a huge hit there.
That was a great block there from T-Swizzle, taking down Killer Mockingbird on the apex.
Nice. We love a good blocker moment. I feel like sometimes the blockers end up like the unsung heroes of roller derby.
It's easy to keep your eye on the jammer because that's where all the action is, but the blockers do a lot of good work.
Well, this is the thing, is that I think all the action happens at the blockers, but I'm distracted by the stars on the helmets.
Yeah, and the going fast.
Well, I mean, they're the ones that score the points, but they cannot score points without the work of their blocking pack.
This is a team sport. We can't do it on our own.
Alrighty, both jammers here sailing through. Killer Mockingbird right in front of us here. Quick bounce off and spin around off the back of Banshee there for Killer Mockingbird.
Again, I think Sydney are trying to leverage the youth and enthusiasm of Raptor against the other jammers here, letting it run long. Although
we'll see how that might be interesting as it plays out over the course of this whole game. Of course, roller derby is a game of two halves. So, although you're running it long now, you may not see the payoff of that till, say, the Jam 20 period 2, really, where things start to draw out, and then maybe the fitness comes into it. The bench crew clearly have got a strategy here and think they've got a plan that they're going to pull off. And I mean, look, it has kind of worked there. Big jam for Sydney. 20 points to Sydney, 8 points to Inner West. That's a nice, healthy 12-point swing.
Yeah.
And that almost 50-point lead has come down. So it's come down to 39. So
Sydney, Inner West, losing. Oh no, not losing a blocker.
Good roll there. Just must have not been in bounds at the start, so they had to come around and go again.
Both jammers neck and neck.
Lead to the Chili there for Sydney.
Oh, and Chili does
Lovely
a beautiful
apex jump.
little hop over the apex there to score those 4 points. But Crash and Burn is keeping up.
Both jammers getting low as they come around the apex with that speed.
And that was 2 against 3.
So Sydney will take that up by 1 more than Inner West.
It can be a game of patience. A couple of points at a
Impeccable there,
time.
holding up the fingers. 3 points to Sydney on that jam. On that last lap, sorry. Alrighty, back around. Addis Terma and Warragamba Damsel jamming here. All the skaters is stuck in this big pack of bodies.
Warragamba Damsel found a lovely gap up the outside line.
Both teams down a blocker or two, and with that, Curl Power for Sydney also is going to take a quick trip to the penalty box. So that will open it up a little bit more for Warragamba Damsel here. Only 2, but never mind. Looks like they've taken the opportunity. A couple of points on the board. They've called the jam, and that will mean that Sydney will start this next jam down 2 blockers. So definitely a strategic call there from Inner West to take advantage. Go, hey, look, not only can we get a couple of points here, but if we call it now, we'll be able to have an easier time getting the next lead jam as well. So nice strategic play there. Scooby Stack jamming here for Sydney and Trip Tease for Inner West.
So Trip Tease will be looking to get easy lead here with only 2 blockers.
Trip Tease got 1 to beat, and they've got the speed as well, so they're nicely through. But Scooby Stacks, excellent work themselves. They are right on their tail, so Trip Tease won't be able to get too many points on here. I say that, and then I'm immediately shown wrong as they blast through for 4 points.
Trip Tease was already calling that as they were scoring points.
Did I just cast a curse?
Maybe, maybe.
Oh no, it's a reverse cast a curse. Yes. And Sydney's still down 1 player. They're standing, so it can't be less than 10 seconds. They'll be there at the penalty box, but it will make a difference. 5 seconds is called. Killer Knockybird and Raptor jamming here, both with all the bodies there crushed into that small zone.
Oh, Raptor battles through that strong Sydney pack, but does not have lead. It's already been awarded to Killer Knockingbird, who scores their first 4 points and calls the jam.
So Inner West here choosing to play the traditional hit and quit roller derby.
They're looking to maintain their lead and not give Sydney any chances to catch up.
Sometimes I find it really hard to watch lots of hit and quit roller derby. Like, come on, let the other team get some points.
Yeah.
We both want to play derby, but you know, such is the game. Chili and Crash both jamming and both in that massive bodies all bunched up together.
Chili has made it out in front to earn lead jammer. Crash and
right
Burn, not far behind. And again, looking to score a couple of quick points at the back and call it off.
Yeah, a couple of quick points. So Sydney will take 2. This lead bouncing around that 40 odd point. So
And we've got one Sydney blocker in the bin.
Just noticed Minky's tights has got, I think that's I should know. Friendship is magic.
My Little Pony.
My Little Pony
Yeah.
on it. It's so cute. I love it. Alrighty, Warragamba Damsel there takes a hit from Minky as we speak. Bumps him out of bounds. Addis Germa's through. Minky's still working Warragamba Damsel all the way around the track. Beautiful defence there from Minky. Hard to do when you've only got 2 blockers. But they make it work. Meanwhile, Addis Germa, lead jam, hasn't been able to get through on this pass, so...
Has really gotten caught up there at the front. Wasn't able to make it out of the pack, so decides to call it off on the advice of their bench.
Some real strong blocking work there from Inner West to hold them up and make that time for their jammer to get back around on their scoring pass.
And we're starting this jam with 1 apiece in the penalty box. So 3 on 3 walls. And Scooby. And... is that Biffy? No. Triptease. They both have the same number. That's why I'm getting confused.
Well, that's mean.
Yeah. See? Triptease and
Biffy, Miffy, both at 6'5". We've got a little stoppage here for an official timeout. Moxie, do you want to go for a wander and see what you can find out?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't think it's an official review. I think we're just making sure all the paperwork lines up.
Ah, okay.
Just a little...
Just an administrative break here. I'm really going to regret not bringing this second mic stand today. This microphone's quite heavy to hold up.
I think by the end of 4 games, you'll be noticing it.
It's a mistake I'll never make again.
It's a learning experience.
It's a learning experience. Oh, hang on.
What's happened here? No?
We thought we were ready to go, and then maybe not. We got too excited on the 5-second call here.
I think so. Because our jam timer is still in the middle of the track, and that's not where they want to be when stuff starts.
No, you don't want to be standing in the middle of the track as you call as they get on and go.
Okay, now we're going.
Oh, it must have been... oh, yeah. Here we go.
Both jammers starting a few feet back from the jam line here, giving themselves a little bit of space to run up. That Sydney wall scooting back to meet Scooby.
And that Inner West wall just smushed there all together. Scooby Stacks is going to take a penalty, so power jam here for Triptease. Inner West, let's see what they can make of it. Inner West have really been doing well, taking advantage of their power jams. Let's see if they can do that again. Sappho there, isolated from the rest of their blocking crew, so it was the Sydney blockers there not able to form a strong wall, so well played there on that first lap there by the Inner West blocking crew. This time they're a little bit more organised and together, so Triptease makes that contact and immediately the Inner West blockers get in and get involved.
I feel like they may have been training this.
Jigglypuff, though, has picked up a penalty for their trouble, so that will swing that a little bit the other way around. Scooby Stacks has got the helmet cover off as they return to track here, looking to take advantage of some little bit of confusion, perhaps. What do you mean I'm the jammer? I'm not the jammer. The jammer's over there. As you run past. Nicely done by Triptease there, another lap.
And calls it just as Scooby comes around to score some points.
Heartbreaking. You do all that work for no points.
Mm-hmm.
Such a cruel, cruel game.
Another good power jam there for Inner West. They're doing a really good job of taking advantage of these opportunities.
12-0. Nice and strong there.
And we've got one standing in the penalty box for Inner West. Talking? You!
Yeah. Camera's over there, Raptor. Yeah.
Hi, Raptor.
Hey, Raptor. Oh my God, you're so cool, Raptor. Yes. Another official timeout here. Definitely checking the paperwork this time.
Got to make sure we dot all the I's and cross all the T's.
I don't think we've had that many penalties that we should be worried yet. It'd be pretty extraordinary, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anybody in the penalty box an exuberant number of times.
It's 7 and out, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. So 7 penalties and you're out.
So being that this is still the first half, I wouldn't imagine that anybody would be on more than 3 or 4.
Yeah, if you're pushing 5 by the end of the first half, that's a bit of a warning.
That's a problem, yeah.
All right, with that 5 seconds, we're back on. This time it's going to be Raptor and Killer Mockingbird jamming. Minky, there's nice little spot on the outside of the Inner West to make that space for Raptor to get through. Cruise through for a lead jam.
And Mockingbird does not have lead, so has stashed the star.
Very sneaky. Nice work there. Raptor keeps 1 foot in play. So able to make that work and stay in bounds just. Would have only just taken a little bump for another Inner West blocker to push them out, but was it to be?
And again, the timing of the call-offs has been really, really lovely.
Yeah, very nice there. 7 points on the jam for Sydney to none. That's the sort of play that they need if they're going to work it back, but it is a long road to go as we finish the first half here. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back in just a moment by the magic of video editing. Meanwhile, we're going to head off for a little bit and we'll be back soon. Okay, it's been 15 minutes for us and 2 seconds for you, dear viewer, as we come to you live. Well, we're live. From the Penrith Valley Regional Sports Centre.
Through the magic of editing.
The second half of Inner West versus Sydney Roller Derby League.
And it looked like we only had one jammer on the track there for a sec, but Crash, I think, was just...
A little bit confused there. I think maybe they were expecting to start in the penalty box, maybe?
No, I think maybe they were just at the last minute making sure they had their mouth guard in. Which is very important in a full contact sport such as this one.
I like keeping my teeth right where they are, thank you very much, and I'm sure Crash feels a similar way. Someone's running right in front of the our little booth set up here without them realising that, no, we don't have a camera set up here.
You don't have to worry, it's okay.
Actually, my favourite one was when we were at Eggs, and earlier this year, that was our first set of streams that we did with Apex, and we had a camera set up facing us as commentary team, and people would keep running past the back of it thinking that the camera was facing the the track and it wasn't facing us. That was very funny.
It's like that polite little trot that you do when you're crossing at a pedestrian crossing, like, I'm here but I'm not in the way.
Yeah. Or when you're coming into the movies late.
Yeah.
And you're like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. And you do that funny, like, little tiptoe, even though it doesn't actually make any difference on how much room you take up.
No, but it makes you feel like you're taking up less space, yeah.
All right, Killer, never mind. As we were, Killer Cat and Raptor both jamming here 4 points on the board for Raptor Lead Jam. This is certainly the way they wanted to kick off their second half. Let's see if that strategy we were talking about earlier around running the jam long will make difference here in that second half. Do the Inner West have the legs to go the full distance? Sydney doesn't think they do.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're betting on.
That's what they're betting on. We have another timeout here. Jim Peckable having a chat to, if you can see him just in the back of their shot there, having a chat to the Inner West bench crew.
Looks like we will be starting with our Inner West jammer in the bin. We also have 2 Inner West blockers in the bin, so this is a very, very juicy situation for Sydney.
That is painful. Hang on, and Warragamba Dems is also heading towards, how many skaters are skating around here? We've got 2 on track, we've got 3 in the bin, and then Warragamba's just going around the outside lane there. So.
All right, two blockers for Inner West, no pressure.
Very, very challenging situation here.
And
they choose the inside lane here, and that comes off beautifully. 2v1. Oh, and there's another penalty now. Oh, there must have been, I think...
there might have been a lineup, yeah.
Yeah, it must have been a cue to get into the penalty box. So as Banshee went to go and take that penalty but was unable to because the penalty box was full.
Mm-hmm. So
they returned to the track, and then once the penalty box had a vacancy, they then went to join the penalty box. Very, very painful. On top of a power jam with the jammer in as well. So quite a lot there as Killer Cat is now finally on the track here, driving through, knees pumping on that toe stop. And the Sydney team, they're desperate to hold them back there.
Some ferocious
some excellent
blocking.
work there by the blocker there to get him down and stay in bounds.
Yeah, surround pound, doing some great work there.
Awesome blocking, not only to get the jammer out of bounds, but also the track awareness to stay on the track so that they would have to get recycled. Lovely work there. And there's another penalty that's come in there for the pivot of Inner West, so more pain to come as Sydney will start this jam up 1 blocker versus Inner West. It's funny, I had a quick chat to Crash during halftime, and their comment was they're not used to skating against a blocking pack that's bigger than them.
Ah, yeah, no, that's fair.
The Sydney blocker pack has quite a number of large players, which is a certain lends itself to a certain kind of play style. Crash is the kind of person who's kind of used to being able to power and crash through and use their size to their advantage.
And Sydney are currently playing 1 blocker down. Commando Roll has had a fall and is taking a few minutes in the middle of the track to collect themselves.
Had a quick check in, and they're all right. So they're just going to have a quick breath here, but that's going to hurt Sydney quite a bit. Commando rolls up and they're okay. They say to, I think that was Claire Rule.
Yeah, Commando Roll now checking in with our first aid crew.
Yeah, that Ambos from St John's here. Last minute addition for Sydney there. Blocker coming in just at the end there to make the numbers.
Chile fighting at the back here, getting pinned to that outside line.
Yeah, beautiful work to push them all the way outside. And I think, no, there is a penalty. Was there potentially a track cut? There is a forearm block to kill a Knockingbird. So we will have a lead jam to Chile here.
Sydney Power Jam.
They certainly want a few more of those here. 44 points the difference. And there's a direction penalty there for Sydney blocker. But in that sort of confusion, as everyone sort of hears the whistle and stops to work out what's going on, Philly's able to get through, get 4 points.
And calls the jam, which means that our inner west jammer will start from the box.
And Sydney then will get to start the jam as a power jam. So Raptor lining up here. Five seconds called here. 4 blockers for Inner West, 3 for Sydney. But it's not to be much of a difference as Raptor bounces right through a big gap there. Good work by the Sydney team to disrupt the Inner West blocking crew as Killer Knockingbird is powering through, got the speed on with the helmet cover in the hand. Maybe you won't realise that I'm the jammer if I hold it away.
Secret sneaky jammer.
Secret sneaky jammer. Now, are you allowed to do that whenever, or is it only on your initial pass? Moxie?
You can do it whenever, but you risk, if you have lead and you take off your helmet cover, you will immediately lose lead.
Ooh.
So never take it off if you're already lead.
But if you're not lead, you can...
You can take it off, but you can't score any points while it's not on your head.
Okay, so if I take my helmet cover off, I get through the pack because they don't realise that I'm the jammer and they don't put it back on. Do I still get the 4 points?
No, you don't. You have to pass them with the star on your head.
Okay. Dang it. Here I thought I had a genius plan.
Found a loophole.
Found a loophole. I did not find a loophole. Okay. So only useful really as Crash there. White literally crashes through
Living
a couple of
up
City
to their
blockers
name.
there. And Sappho will take a... Oh, there's two penalties there. One to Sappho and then a direction to 6-5. That is Biffy. Both taking a blocking penalty. So both of them will have a quick timeout to think about their decisions. And certainly open up some space here for Inner West to put on some extra points because Sydney was catching up there. 129 to 93. That's brought the difference down to 36.
I'm glad you're doing the quick maths.
Sometimes the numbers are easy, sometimes they're hard. And I just don't do it when the numbers are hard.
Yeah, fair.
I should build an extra fancy. I should build a custom screen so that I can just... So it'll always show me the point differential.
Yeah.
I can have that on on a spare screen so I can always see it.
That'd be cute.
That's cheating.
Scooby Stacks is stuck in this pack. Killer Cat coming around for their first scoring pass.
Only one blocker there to help. It's really, really hard going there by Minky. One blocker versus 4. I think I would know who I'd rather be.
Definitely.
And
although
it's not the lone blocker.
If you are going to be just one blocker on track, it's not a bad idea to be Minky.
Great skater that Minky is. Also is known for absolutely fantastic outfits as a bench crew as well.
I have heard.
Serves up looks.
Excellent. I love this. I love it when bench crew gets their special clothes out.
My special bench clothes. How's the skating adjustment going? I've got Moxie here sitting next to me, changing out their wheels and bearings.
Well, I
as they
noticed.
Get ready for the next game.
I noticed that the floor looked a little bit slippery, so I thought I would try and give myself a little bit of a advantage.
Lead jam here for Trip Tees. And just as we were talking about that, Sydney clawing it back, Inner West have turned it around again. Chile coming around for their first scoring pass, as Trip Tees is got one to beat.
And calls.
And through and call, hit and quit. 4 points to Inner West on the jam, none to Sydney. just chatting to Moxie about how great it would be to have a nice little rattle gun, so you could get in and change out your wheels and bearings like Formula One style.
Just bring a whole pit crew.
Pit crew, look. What do you reckon? Like, you could have a Derby pit crew.
That would be awesome, actually.
That'd be awesome. It's my idea. You can't steal it. You heard it here first, folks. Roll the Derby pit crew. As we kick off with Raptor here, lead jam for Sydney. Killer Knockingbird also in around it. Commander Roll takes a penalty.
Pack is very spread out here.
They're looking a bit grumpy that they got a direction there. They have a quick chat to their neighbouring friend as they make their way to the penalty bin. So they'll start in the bin for this next jam. So for those of you playing at home, haven't seen much roller derby, a direction is what happens when you are a blocker and you skate in the opposite of derby direction into another player.
Yes, that's correct.
So you're allowed to skate not derby direction. So we're currently skating anti-clockwise. So you can skate clockwise as long as you don't skate clockwise into someone else.
That's right.
And if you do that, then it's a direction.
However, the thing is that if you are skating clockwise, people can hit you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you skate clockwise, someone comes and goes, I'm going to get you on a direction. And they skate into you and then you're done on a direction?
No. So if you are skating in anti-derby direction, like maybe running someone back, and somebody pops you in the chest because you're skating backwards, so that's all juicy, ready to go.
Yeah, okay,
It's all legal.
Rude. Just saw the sticker on the back of Bushy's helmet there. One of our team ref folk. It's got a sticker and it's marked there with a camera. One of our
I've got one of those too.
one of our regular photographers for Derby around New South Wales, Mark, well-known human being.
He's a bit of a celebrity in Derby circles.
Yeah, Derby famous.
He is. I mean, if you get a sticker of yourself on people's helmets, you've got to be pretty well known.
Iconic.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, as we go, the pack has got some speed on. Killer Cat and Chili both running it down. Killer Cat opts to call the jam. Oh man, I was promised some skatey action, but instead we get a jam called, and we'll roll it around again. So, as we do that, quick maths here, 45 plus 3 is 48, so we have a 48-point game.
Good job.
It's okay, I only teach mathematics for a living. All right, Raptor jamming here for Sydney and Triptease as well, both crashing into their opposite blocking packs.
Triptease takes a fall at the front of the pack there, but gets right back up.
Great track awareness there from the Sydney blocker to keep their eye and set up. Triptease was probably going to get through there, and they did, but Raptor's close behind.
Raptor was in front.
Raptor was in front, but I think Triptease cleared the blockers first, so had lead.
Before they fell, yeah.
Before they went down. So that extra little play by the Sydney blocker to come back around and catch them up again gave Raptor that extra little moment to get through, and of course, that's what made the difference. 5-second call here. Killer Knockingbird straight into the back of Commando Roll, and they go down on the outside.
Just a foot out on the outside there.
Meanwhile, Addis Terma down on the turn 1 on the inside line there. Will get lead jam.
Knockingbird was aware that they weren't lead jammer, so stashed the helmet cover, but put it straight back on.
Nice little hop on the apex there to get through. Addis checks in with their team. Do you want me to call or not? The call then finally rings out across the hall to say, hey, call the jam. Taking advantage of every opportunity. 4 points on the board. With that, we've got 15 minutes to go on this this game, and the points are down to 44. Look, it's certainly well done by Inner West. They've done the hard work to get that lead out.
Yeah, they've done a great job.
They just haven't been able to be unseated really from that.
When you get
it in, and you think, oh, maybe they're going to catch up here, but then Inner West has put in a big jam to get that lead back out. And they haven't really been moved from that since.
Yeah, getting that early lead can be a really big tactical advantage because the other team is then always on the back foot trying to catch up.
And that's one of the other enemies of roller derby really is when you're trying to chase down a lead. It's not just chasing down that team, you're also against the clock then.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you're up by 40 points, you can afford to let jams run. You don't have to worry about using your timeouts to stop the clock so much.
Yeah.
Because you certainly need a couple of huge jams just to catch up, let alone get ahead now. Sydney have certainly held their own though, so Inner West got that lead out early. Sydney Roller Derby League have kept pace with them ever since. So
and I think aside from those two really, really good power jams that Inner West had in that first half, I think it's been really, really close.
Up to there, claiming 4 points. That's right, like, it's just, you go, wow, it's a 40-point game, that's a huge win, but, you know, like, two power jams would have made all the difference, you know? Like, although the numbers on the scoreboard seem enormous, what that actually looks like in terms of what happened in this game, I don't think it tells the full story, right?
So often, I've played so many games where the final score doesn't really reflect what actually happened on track. Like,
I mean,
it might be a massive, massive points differential, but that team worked so hard to...
Oh yeah, look, the scoreboard never shows is representative of how hard everybody worked there, as Addis is chasing down Triptease, who's got lead jam this one. I think it's also one of those other things where we're not used to seeing sports matches where there's so many points on the board.
Yeah.
Like an AFL game, you might watch it get to about 120 points in an average game, which is quite a large score, but then everything else, like a 50-point differential is like a blowout.
Yeah. Whereas in roller derby, it's not actually that big of a deal.
You watch an entire soccer match and it's 4-0 at the end, and that's crazy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can be at 4-0 after the first 2 minutes of a roller derby game.
Yeah, absolutely. It all moves very quickly.
8 on this jam, 4 Inner West, 4 from Sydney Roller Derby League here.
And I can see after this game, we are having a mixed gender potluck team taking on Maitland Roller Derby League and Wollongong Roller Derby League.
I did wonder why I saw Prince Harming lining up there in the old Newcastle Men of Steel jersey.
Yep, he pulls it out especially for this game.
Oh, it's good to see it. I like that. It's a great jersey.
It is. He loves it.
You'll get a chance to see that on track just soon by the magic of the interwebs and video editing.
Editing magic.
As we have a team timeout for Sydney Roller Derby League here.
It's like everybody's taking a breath on the bench. End of timeout. Our skaters are making their way to the track. Our referees are making their way to their assigned positions.
Looks like we're running some track repairs as well. So you see this bright pink tape on track is our inside and outside of bounds. And for those of you who haven't seen much derby, there is a rope underneath the track, those boundaries, so the skaters can feel when they have gone out of bounds. It's very sneaky little detail, but it is why the track tends to pull up from time to time.
Skaters will rudely stop all over it and rip it up.
Now, there's always a bit of a debate in sport. In roller derby, is on the line in or is on the line out?
On the line in roller derby is in.
Okay, so if we're on the line, we're in.
Yes. Although it might depend which referee you talk to also.
So it depends on referee?
Potentially. Look, it all just happens so fast. I don't know how they keep up sometimes.
This is why we're not referees, right?
Yeah, well, I am sometimes, but
oh, sorry.
I don't pretend to be very good at it.
Didn't mean to flame you there.
No, it's all right. It's a hard job.
Alrighty. Crash there, jamming for Inner West down the inside. Late hit come through of Minky. Beautiful work there as Raptor comes around for the lead jam. Minky really working it. And there's a track cut against Crash there, so...
That was a really smart play by Minky, who drew that cut.
Big track awareness play there. Bumped them out. Went for the recycle. They had a look at the ref and they went, hey, they need to come back in behind me, and they didn't. Well done. Minky's been around derby for quite a while, so definitely has that game sense that you don't want to risk it against.
And Raptor makes it around the outside for 4 points. Inner West Jammer is standing in the bin, so 10 seconds to go.
This is nice. This is 12 points on the jam here for Sydney. It's the kind of thing they're looking for. Back to that 39-point game. Oh, nice spin on the outside, and they're through. Well done to stay in bounds there. 16 points to nothing on the jam. Excellent stuff. As Crush is there looking one skater to beat. And they've taken a forearm penalty this time. A double back-to-back penalty. That hurts. They're having a chuck bat there to the ref. That's a bit risky.
And Raptor just keeps looping around.
Yeah, big 20-point jam here. They're going to make it. 24 points. Huge. That is some serious work. As the crowd applauds throughout the room there, 24 points on the jam is enormous. Well done, Raptor.
Again, the difference a really good power jam can make.
Yeah, really good power jam there. Well done by the blocking team to take advantage of it as well and help find those spaces for Raptor to get through. Certainly the way you might want to play a power jam early versus late in the jam will shift as you get more tired. You know, they are only skating in circles, but when there's people trying to stop you from skating in circles...
It's really hard.
It's quite hard.
Yeah.
The level of exhaustion creeps up quickly through that 2 minute. Addis now comes through for lead jam as Crush is returning to the track now as well. So again... Sydney getting the most out of their lead jam. Crash this time down on the outside. They've taken another fall. Slow to get up again.
As Attis breezes through on the inside line. Crash working hard to complete.
Excellent work there by the Sydney blockers, making sure to close out the space. So Crash is looking for that gap and has almost got the work, but is unable to do it. As the Sydney also make sure to finish the job. It's one thing to get a good hit, it's another thing to take them all the way to the line. T-Swizzle there takes a penalty, which will make it a little bit easier for Crash to get through. Only 3 blockers to beat.
And Crash makes it out. Looking tired. Fought really, really hard for that one.
Well, that's the second jam they've had to play back-to-back.
Yes, yeah.
As well as fighting against 2 penalties there. That sort of... way that swing goes can really get your head.
Absolutely, yeah. You often see players get into penalty spirals where they get their first one and they just keep racking them up because they're in their head and overthinking it a lot, I think.
The emotions run high.
Yes, absolutely.
Because Derby is a game played by humans.
Yep, that's
and humans
exactly
have emotions.
right.
Alrighty, as we go off here, we've got Chili and Killer Cat this time. Killer Cat down through the inside there. Almost had a space, but Minky closed it off, meaning Chili's almost through down the outside, not to be. They're getting recycled here as well, so Killer Cat takes advantage. Lead jam for Inner West here. We were down to a 19-point game, which is an enormous swing, but Killer Cat here going to see if they can work it back here. Minky really cornered them on the outside.
No.
And they'll take a penalty for it as...
Killer Cat
4 points there. 4
did
points
call
each.
it. Yeah.
4 points to Sydney, 3 points to Inner West there. So
Killer Cat did call it, but not quite early enough.
missed moment there from Inner West. Might have been better play to call it a bit earlier for safety, but
Potentially.
wasn't to be.
But again, there's a lot going on. There's
10 skaters on track, plus refs.
and 4 of them are trying to kill you, so it can be hard to remember all the things that you need to do.
Yeah, like, it's contact sport, but like our shoes have wheels on them. Are you crazy?
Yep,
Yes, we are, and we love it. Thank you very much for asking.
that's why we're here.
Raptor lead jam again. They've really come into it. This Sydney come really into it in the death here.
Yeah, strong second half by Sydney.
You know what? I said at the beginning of this game, I said, look, Sydney running it long. It's going to come back to you at like Jam 20 of period 2. And where are we? We're at Jam 20, period 2, and it's a 14-point game. I cannot believe it.
It's like we've done this before or something.
But, you know, I think it was about 10 minutes ago, we were talking about how probably Sydney were going to have a hard time coming back to even up, let alone win. And here we are, 14 points. We've got 3.5 minutes left, so that's like probably 3 jams, depending on.
Yeah, look, that's enough
3 jams,
time.
depending on. You've got an Inner West blocker in the bin right now. Who's called the timeout? The officials the timeout, so both teams are very happy to take advantage of this opportunity to have a quick chat.
And a breather.
And a breather, yeah. And then we go from there, and we will have maybe 3 jams. You know, you get a power jam in your favour.
At this stage in the game.
Like one big power jam and you're up. An average size power jam and then another jam to you, and it's neck and neck.
Yeah, that's it. Anything could happen in these last couple of minutes.
Oh, that's the when Derby it's best, right? You get to the end, you're like, anything could happen.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
anything could happen here. Chili's going to jam for Sydney. Triptease wearing the star for Inner West. Commando roll lining up there, and curl power all blocking. Minky's in a really nice position right there on the inside there on Banshee. Banshee goes down straight away from that hit on Minky. Chili takes one step out, but
Triptease
one
up the
step out's all you
outside.
need. Yes, I did see that. There was a back block on Triptease on the back of Chili. Chili went down, so that will be
A power jam.
Power jam. Hang on, Jim's holding up 2 fingers. Is that a double penalty?
For Triptease?
For Triptease. They held up 2 fingers as they watched over at the bin there.
Oh, I'm not sure. I knew that there was one.
Okay, well, meanwhile here, Chili's on track, outside. What do we got? Through. That's the first 4 points. First 4 points. My heart is in my chest. Actually, that's where it's supposed to be. As Chili comes around for this next go. Hit on the inside from Minky again. Amazing blocking work.
Drawing them all the way back. A bit too far, went out of play.
Yeah. Call the jam. So Sydney will start here with a power jam. But Sydney is down a blocker or 2 here. Sydney's down a blocker.
Yeah, I can see T Swizzle in the penalty box as pivot.
So that's going to... Quick little bit of confusion there. Sappho's racing to get into the correct zone before the whistle goes. They make it just in time. You don't want to get caught out of bounds when the jam starts. Raptor power through. 1 to beat, 2 to beat, through. Raptor has lead. Triptease is standing in the bin, so they will be back on track any minute. They are now released. Raptors coming around, and they've got a pivot to help them, so Sydney at full strength. 1 minute 40 on the clock. Raptors down the outside. 1 to beat. Never Say Die from the inner west blocker there.
Makes it through. Triptease is about
Triptease is
quarter of
coming
a lap
through,
behind.
and they're coming through hot. They've got speed. They've got power. Raptor goes down, calls the jam.
And
Cheering
gets
as they've got that
1 point.
No, sorry. Raptor got the full 4.
Oh.
Raptor got the full 4, and it was Inner West that claimed 1. It is 185 to 165 apiece.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh, guys.
1 minute to
1
go.
minute to go, and here we are. I am standing up out of my seat. I cannot believe it. Raptors going down the outside. Huge hit there from Minky on the back of Killer Knockingbird. Beautiful work. Killer Knockingbird gets lead, and the cheers are heard in the venue. Raptors still stuck behind on the outside. Still got a couple of blockers to beat. They're going to get recycled. They've just not quite got the legs in it, folks. Killer Knockingbirds on their scoring pass here. Raptors still looking to get their first go. Inner West do have lead jam, so they can afford to run it long here. Raptor is finally through, but I don't think there's anything left in that tank if I'm Raptor.
Killer Knockingbird calls
Killer
the jam.
Knockingbird calls it. We have 8 points on the clock. Sydney, they're going to call a timeout. Sydney calls a timeout. We'll have 1 more jam.
Oh my goodness.
There's 4 points in it. There is... Minky is standing in the box. They'll be on shortly. There are 2 Inner West blockers in the bin.
Official
Oh,
review.
yeah, we get an official
Yeah.
review as well.
I might go try and see what it's about.
Folks, this is what we call a photo finish. I see a couple of people from the penalty team going through. They're just going to have a quick count of the penalties. Make sure that's all buttoned up here, as we were talking about before. 7 penalties and you're out. So need to make sure. Can you believe it? Just chatting here to Moon Crisis from Blue Mountains. Thank you so much for hosting 5x5 this round and being part of it. As Moxie comes back from the quick check-in.
Alrighty. So
All right, Moxie, what's the goss?
Sydney are seeking a low block penalty on their jammer after that last jam.
Hang on, Sydney want a block penalty on their own jammer?
No, they're seeking a low block penalty that was committed on their jammer.
Yep, cool.
But unfortunately, they weren't able to see exactly who it was who committed the penalty,
Ooh, that makes it hard.
which makes it tricky for the refs.
You've got to be really tight on those calls, don't you?
You do. You have to give the refs enough information to work with. But being, the last minute of the game, they thought they'd have a go.
You're going to make the call, aren't you?
Yeah, you're going to have a timeout anyway. You might as well.
Might as well make it a official review. Looks like nothing to be of it. I mean, Inner West have got 2 blockers in the bin anyways. So really, oops, Lou rolled. Thought they were in, but no, sorry. We've got too many players on track already. Chile is going to try and take it home here for Sydney. Crash for Inner West.
So we've got 2 blockers on track for Inner West and 3 for Sydney.
With that, we're off. This will be the last jam. Chile's down. Crash has got a couple to beat.
Crash is crashing.
Chile just cannot get a break there. Crash is driving so hard. They're out of bounds. Crash takes a penalty.
Crash takes a penalty.
Here's a power jam for Sydney. They only need 5 points here.
Come on, Chile.
Sydney got the full blocking squad on track right now. Inner West come on as well now. Can Sydney bring home?
Yes.
That's 4 points. We are even. 169 and 169. They need one more point to win.
Come on, Chile. You can do it.
So one pair of hips will be 1 point.
One more.
I think they've got through.
Oh, knocked out.
See, if
Drawn back.
Chile gets a penalty here, like they go to the bin, there's no lead jam, we go for the full time, right?
Don't jinx it, though.
Okay, I think they've got it past. They're past.
Yes.
3 points.
3 points
It's
for
the
Chile.
win for Sydney.
Wow, what a
What an
game.
unbelievable comeback.
That was incredible. Well done to both teams.
The absolute definition of a photo finish at the Penrith Valley Regional Sports Centre for the first game of the last round of 5x5. I cannot believe it. And neither can the Sydney team.
Strong start to the day.
We're at the unofficial score. They're just going to have a quick chat, make sure everything's buttoned up before they call it. Jim Peckable is having a chat to the penalty team.
Especially with this few points in
so
it. You
Jim
want to make sure
Peckable-
they're right.
Yeah, Jim Peckable confirms. And that is it. That is the final score. Amazing work to both teams.
Just
Inner West
3
came out-
points.
Inner West came out strong. They had that lead, and we thought it was unassailable, but it wasn't to be.
Sydney did it. They managed to claw it back.
Inner West ran out of legs. A couple of jams didn't go their way. A couple of power jams is what made the difference in the end. Incredible work. Both teams have worked so hard for this. But Sydney will certainly take that extra little pep in their step for that incredible game.
Absolutely. Well done.
Well done, everybody. My name's been Titty, Skittles.
And I'm Moxie Monoxide.
And we cannot wait to see you again for the next game. Tuning out.